What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Panthers Advice. Today, man, we got to break down Bryce Young. All right, we go full cam real quick. We got to break him down because I think he played his best game. And what I mean by that, I'm not going by stats. I'm going by facing his biggest challenge, which was himself. The game was close from quarter one to quarter four. From the interception, that wasn't really his fault, to the fumble, negative yards, the sack. The blocking sometimes on the play action wasn't great, right? And then the play calling got a little stagnant. And at no point, other than one play, I think on the first drive right here, did Bryce Young really make a mistake, right? He did everything you wanted him to do. So to me, I thought he played pretty much a perfect game, probably his best game. And we saw that, okay, push come to shove, he can sit there and be a quarterback you need to only do the minimum, right? And not turn the ball over. So with all that being said, man, still a lot of plays to get into, more than I thought, right? Usually these videos are only 8 to 10 minutes long. I don't know how long this one will be, but there's quite a few plays in here we have to look at. All right, so without further ado, man, let's get into this thing. First play we're looking at right here. All right, they talked about this on the broadcast, and we talk about it. Other creators talk about it. The Panthers script is always good, right? The first 10 to 15 plays, you can count on Dave drawing up something good. However, after that first 10 to 15 is when things become a little wishy-washy. But right here, all right, Mitchell Evans, nice little sell route. You get the deep route right here, and you get the flat route right there, right over the top of that second level. Good stuff right there. Play number 2 right here, I liked a lot. They're going to motion Bryson. Now, the other day I talked about Bryson. Essentially with him in, it's almost a 12 personnel, right? 1 running back, 2 tight ends, because he's a big guy. And what I like right here on this play is when they motion Bryson, take a look right here. When they motion, take a look what happens. That safety is going to go back. All right. That kind of tells Bryce, okay, I'm probably looking at what, a cover 2 right here. Diggs, he kind of has free will. If you really watched him, he could pretty much do whatever he wanted on the defense, which is a problem that the Cowboys have, but we don't have to address that, right? But let's take a look right here. So as the ball snapped, all right, we're going to see a cover 6 look. But it's a cover 6, but it's kind of man on one side and zone on the other, right? And what you're going to see in the film, and maybe we'll go more in depth with this if we have time this week. When Diggs is on the field, he's going to play the field side. So if the ball is on this hash, Diggs is going to play on this side. Kind of like what the Panthers do, what Mike, Jay, and J.C. Horn do, right? And you see what happened to them. Cowboys doing the same thing. You see? Let me stop. All right, let me stop. But that's how they run their defense. Diggs is always, not always, a majority of the time, going to play field side. All right, opposite DB is going to play boundary side. What I like about this play, though, is as we let it go, so as we let the play go, right, they motion Bryson. T-Mac is going to take this safety with them. All right, then you go back, you look at Bryson right here. All right, 2 linebackers in the middle. One's obviously going to pick up Bryson, okay. This linebacker right here is playing in the middle, right? So he's not thinking of picking up Rico because Rico's going to fall right underneath. And look what happens. Bryce, bang, dumps it right off to Rico right there. Beautiful, beautiful play call. And the reason this works better than you think, you're like, okay, it's not bad. All right, so let's hypothetically, right, they run play action. Let's say the mic right here. Let's say he picks up Rico. Where's Bryce going to go? Let's change the color real quick. He's going to hit Mr. XL running that dig across the middle, right? Take a look what happens. If this linebacker plays Rico sooner, we're going back door. So we went from 1 to 2 to 3. And we could have gone 4, right? Right here across the middle if he bites down on Rico right there. Like I said, this play call I liked a lot. Almost wish they would have saved it. I mean, they won, either way. And then we jumped to play number 3 right here. The one where everyone's like, oh, Leggette's wide open. Let's run this thing back real quick. So I hate when we do things and we just pause it right here and say, oh, Leggette's open. Okay. Is he open? In theory, yes. But let's break down what happened before that, before we even get to that point. So what we're going to see right here is a high-low read right here, right? So we're going to run the flat route right here with Mitchell Evans. You're going to run the get, basically a fade route, a go route. Depends how he finishes it, right? So they run play action right there. Bryce Young sees the DB right there on top of Diggs, but potentially coming down too. But look at his body right here. He's not a left arm quarterback. It's not natural for him to just sling that thing. If it was, potentially 6, right? But he has to turn himself all the way back around. By the time he starts to do that and keeps it moving, he's got a defender in his face. Do we really want Bryce Young to attempt that, right? So what's he going to do instead? He's going to try and make the DB miss, and to me, throw his worst pass of the game. So as you can see, man, right here, risky throw. But the whole thing about Leggett being open, you have to go back and look at it from start to finish. Was he open? Yes. Was it feasible for Bryce to make that throw? No. Let's keep this thing going, though. Next play we're going to look at right here. Look where the ball is on that left hash, and look where Diggs is, okay? So on the right side, the Cowboys are going to play zone, all right? And this didn't happen every time. But on the left side, they're going to play man-to-man coverage, right? So take a look what happens right here. We don't know if the edge guy, all right, we don't know if he's going to blitz, all right, or it's going to be a man-to-man look. Same thing over the top right here. It could be cover 3, it could be cover 1, all right? Let the play develop. Take a look right here. You can see the way he's backpedaling, all right, compared to what Diggs is doing. Diggs is going to play the flat right here. Diggs knows he has safety help over the top. All right, so Bryce Young's reading that. He's like, okay, there's potential there, but then Diggs starts to drop back. So he starts to go to his other reads, gets pressure right there. He's got to roll out. And what I like right here is that he commits to running the ball. When Bryce Young throws the picks that he throws, it's because he's going to roll out of the pocket like you're going to see right here. This is when he throws the picks, right? He gets pressure right there. He's going to roll out. Now, he's like, okay, I got a guy right there. And what happens is he loses kind of his fundamentals and kind of forces it. Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes it's not enough. And what I like right here, he just commits to the run, right? Just commit to the run. Good stuff right there. But you see how the Cowboys switched it up. On that left side, you had man coverage. On that right side, you had zone. Great stuff by Bryce Young right here, man. Let's keep it going. Take a look at play number, 5 right here? 3rd and 8. Let's see what happens. Oh, this was T-Mac. Oh, that was T-Mac, man. Whoo, good catch right there. Big catch right there. Run that back real quick. So as we look at this pre-snap, all right, once again, Cowboys, man, giving the Panthers all the room in the world. To me, this is almost like looking at the Panthers defense. All right, it's gotten better. It's gotten better. But the note I put down here is anticipation. All right, before we even talk about the Cowboys defense, look at this right here. We're going to throw it right there. Look where T-Mac is. Look where Tedderell McMillan is. TMC. Not even turned around yet. Ball's in his face. This is what you want to see. This is the timing and chemistry you want to see. Run that back real quick. Look at this. He's letting that thing rip. Bang. I mean, so far, so good. I mean, once again, look what we're looking at. Ball's on that right hash. Look who's playing that field side. Look who's playing the boundary side. All right. And they know with Diggs, he's a free roamer. He's not going to really press unless it's like a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 type of thing. He's going to roam, right? He's a ball hawk. And right here, I don't understand why he's not playing the sticks, but we will take it, man. Good stuff by T-Mac right there. And then right here, we got Hunter Renfrow going in motion. And unfortunately, man, T-Mac, man, he knows he's about to get rocked. And he tries to squirm a little bit. And unfortunately, he drops it and it gets picked off right there. And there goes Rico, man. Now, here's the thing. All right, let's just be real here. A lot of number 1 receivers, a lot of the X guys, they hate going across the middle. I mean, just go back in history. Maybe Jerry Rice is one of the few. All right, T.O. to a point. But a lot of the number 1 guys don't love going across the middle, okay? So you're going to see T-Mac right here. You can see right there, he's like, "Oosh, I'm not trying to get hit right there. Let me try and basically step in." Unfortunately, when he does that, he drops it right there, all right? And then Rico, he gets a 15-yard penalty. But what's interesting is watching him right here. Because you're going to see him start to stand there, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, boom. I'm like, okay, Rico. I love the aggressiveness, but was it worth the 15? And as I watch it on the replay, I'm like, is that really? I don't know if you call that or not, right? But it's just funny watching him kind of stand there. Once again, we're going to have Bryce Young under center right here, a little play action. And his screenplay that finally works, and they hit Leggett right here. Leggett had an interesting game. Okay, and right here, he gets kind of reckless with the ball, right? Look at that. He's got that ball out there like this. That scared me when I was watching. I'm like, "Ooh, Leggett, bring that thing in, my guy. Bring that thing in." And honestly, oh, the blocking. Evans. We're going to see him, I think, run this route later or somebody else do it. All right, take a look right here. Evans going to come underneath. Essentially a wheel route right here, right? A rail route, whatever you want to call it. Take a look right here. All right, Leggett's going to get it. You're going to see he actually takes himself out of position. I wish he would have slowed down. I don't want to say stopped. I mean, he probably could have, knowing there was only one defender in front of him, right? Don't let him cross face on you. He's waiting till the get catches it. If he makes the block there, I mean, look who makes the tackle. If he makes the block there, oh, the get is gone. Now, that being said, Mitchell Evans has done everything you want him to as a rookie. But, oh, if he slows down there, Leggett is gone. Leggett is gone, man, off that. Woo! All right, no biggie. No biggie, though. Let's keep it going. All right, let's keep it going. Because the next play we're going to look at, T-Mac is going to score his first touchdown. All right, and once again, anticipation for Bryce Young right here. Run that back real quick. When he releases this thing, take a look. All right, that's where he releases it. T-Mac's on the 5. T-Mac's going to catch it, another 10 yards later. All right, they talked about it. Essentially, cover 2 look right here. All right, he thinks, okay, T-Mac's going to run that in route, that dig route. I'm going to jump it right there. Gotcha. Right, you see both him and I believe Hunter right here both do the same thing as you're going to see. Take a look. Bang. Both go out, come back over the top. Nice play, nice route right there, man. Cooking. All right, we're cooking. Let's keep it going. All right, then we jump to the second half. All right, you got Jimmy Horn finally in the game. Now, if you weren't aware, I talked about Jimmy Horn yesterday in that video. To me, Dave is saving Jimmy Horn to basically throw off the defense. And what happens right here, right? What happens right here? There goes Jimmy Horn deep. Jimmy Horn is used as a gadget player, obviously, right? But they're like, okay, we're going to throw Jimmy Horn in motion. They haven't seen this all game. We're going to give them something new to look at coming after the half. And that's going to confuse them, right? And sure enough, it did. And once again, look who's playing field side. All right, Diggs over here. Look who's playing boundary side. All right, so when they run this play, take a look. They run the fake right there, and there goes Horn over the top. All right, and like I said, I don't know that Diggs actually has a specific hook, a flat, a deep third. I think he just roams, right? I think he just roams in zone coverage. And it throws off everything because it looks like this DB is expecting help right here. Okay, but again, you got Diggs doing whatever Diggs wants to do, it looks like. I'm not going to lie to you. I was very confused watching him play. It looks like it throws off the defense. All right, but hey, it's not my problem. Let's keep it going. Next play we're looking at right here, a little orbit right here from Trevor Etienne. Nice little fake. And then bang, Bryce Young dumps it off to Rico right there. Does this route look familiar? I hope so. It's the same one to a point that Mitchell Evans ran, all right, when he was block that DB, which would have secured the touchdown for XL instead, T-Mac ended up scoring. But watch Rico right here. All right, play action, bang. He's going to come out of here and then bang, take it upfield, right? T-Mac is going to take his guys deep. Watch this. Whoop. Look at that. And this happens because Bryce Young is going to start to run, right? It happens because Bryce Young, he's going to roll it to his left. Defenses come up. Rico gets behind. Bada bing, bada boom right there. Great touchdown. All right. Panthers take the lead right there. And then it's 1st and 2 right here. This was probably Bryce Young's best throw. Oh, that shoulder. Woo. And then T-Mac again for his second touchdown. I'm not sure what that safety was doing with him. I'm not going to lie to you. Right? Why would you push him, give him separation? I don't understand. I'm going to be honest with you. Why do you push him and separate yourself from him? I thought the Panther secondary was bad. The Cowboys, whew, they're up there. I'm not going to lie to you. That made absolutely zero sense right there, man. But let's keep it going. We've got a few more plays to look at right here. We're starting to push. All right, I think that final drive right here, Jimmy Horn, a little jet sweep. And then it's 3rd and 1 right here. Oh, I love this play call. This was perfect. Tremble's going to take it. He's going to try and hurdle. I mean, he gets a few yards in the air alone, right? Run that back real quick. I love the play call too, right? Cowboys swear that the Panthers are going to run it. Look at this. Whoop, gotcha. Dumps it right off, baby. And then bang, he jumps out to 50. He gets about 3 to 4 yards in the air right there. So 3rd and 1, they obviously convert that. 3rd and 4 right here. This is where things got interesting. Because the Cowboys, man, you can see, all right, they're playing man coverage, okay? And now look, Diggs is finally going to be on T-Mac right here. Look what's finally changed. All right, Diggs is finally on T-Mac right here. T-Mac is going to go for the sail. Look, it wasn't a lot of contact, but if you're going to call those ones on J.C. Horn earlier in the game, to me, you have to call this. You have to call this if you're going to call those on J.C. Horn. If you were to let those go, you potentially could have called this, right? If I'm going to look at this as an average fan viewer, fine. But if you're going to call those on J.C. Horn, you got to call these. Like, you have to call these. Whether it's holding, whether it's pass interference, you have to call something. You can't let that go. All right, 3rd and 4. Panthers don't convert. It's 4th down. Obviously, if you watch the game, you know this will be the final play. You know, when I watch this play, I don't even watch it. When I look right here, I'm like, okay, let's say it's Madden. Let's say Cowboys are in man coverage. Just hypothetically speaking, I see head up release right there. All right, manned up essentially. He's going to give me inside release, which tells me somebody right here is going to drop back. And then you're going to give me Hunter Renfrow right here with what, 7 yards of separation? I know someone right here is going to drop back because you can see the way this defender is going to give me inside release. So I know not to really look that way. What I'm concerned about is who's going to be able to jump this on 4th and 4. Get that safety back 20 plus. I mean, let the play go, man. Let the play go. So the Cowboys defense, as you can see, man, it's rough. Now, with that being said, Bryce Young, he did exactly what you needed him to do. But to do this right here, 7 yards of separation, have your safety 20 yards back, you know Panthers only trying to get that 1st down. Why is he not? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But, hey, we'll take the W, man. The rookie obviously goes on and kicks the game-winning field goal. With all that being said, that's going to wrap it up. A lot more videos to come this week. Stay tuned. Panthers Advice is out. Peace. I'll catch you guys on the next one.